So yeah, so what I'll do is I'll copy their wallet address, and then what I'll do is I'll go through their like recent wins. Okay, so I found this guy from this coin, right? I found him from what's it called? Ghibli. So what I'll do is I'll type in Ghibli good wallet or something like that. That helps me remember where I found the wallet from. So I'll do that and I'll copy their wallet address, and then you can set up a emoji, right? So I'll just put like a happy face or something, and you can turn on notifications for their wallet. So then you can see every single buy that they make in real time, right? So this guy, see 1 minute ago, he just bought this coin, right? It says market cap 22 million, holds how much they hold. So I can go in here and I can see, okay, what is this about? And you can see on the chart, right? You can see like all the green, right? That's where they bought. So it's very useful to have. So what I'll do is I'll go like this is just one wallet, right? But I'll go through here and I'll go through like a lot of the top traders, and now you can see like now that I added them as a wallet, you can see like it's labeled here. So what I'll do is I'll go through all these. I'll try to find the ones with like good win rates, and then I'll just add them to my list. So whenever there's a new thing that pops up, like a new narrative or whatever, if I'm opening it up on like Memescope, for example, I'll see it on the chart if a wallet that I check is buying it, or if I just go through the tracker, like keep the tracker open, I can see like in real time what they're buying, right? So I just want to make sure that this is not like a bot. So what I'll do is I'll go on the soul scan here. I'll just make sure it's not a bot because I don't want tracking. Okay. So this one seems like it's making a lot of buys, very, very recent. So let me see something. So you can also go on here and you can sort it by their wallet, right? So if I go here and I put in their wallet address, I can see like where they bought and sold on the chart. So this might be like a bot because it's making a lot of transactions. See like open up the chart here. Ghibli. Yeah, it's making a lot of buys and sells. So this might it's not a really good wallet to track because again it's like it's just a bot. It's not an actual person controlling this account. So yeah, good thing I noticed that. So I'm gonna remove that one, but actually, yeah. So I'll go through the other ones here. So this guy like did like 5K to 83K. If I go here, I copy their wallet address. Go on gmgen.ai. Do the same thing. So this one has a 66% win rate here. You go cut Ghibli. Seems like a kind of new wallet, as you can see. Like it's only had trade since 13 days ago, and hasn't had any big wins besides Ghibli. So I probably wouldn't track this one because, I mean, this buy has a good win rate, and it's like it made a good win. Like it's a new wallet, so it's not really much point tracking it. But if I go, like I'm trying to find like one wallet that is actually very active in identifying good narratives. So if I keep going down here, we'll find one that like actually has caught multiple runners. So let's go copy this one, and you can sort it again by highest wins, right? So this guy made 140K off UBC, Ghibli. Again, this is not like a great wallet because it's not like the win rate's not that high, and then also has quite a lot of losses. So if you're copy trading this wallet, it's not like it can lead you to some losses. So I'm trying to look for like typically a good wallet would be like 50% or above win rate, and then catching multiple 6-figure trades. So that's what I look for. So give you guys an example, right? So Gake, right? Gake is another heavily copy traded wallet, obviously because it has a high win rate, and the win rate is a little bit inflated because sometimes they don't sell. Like if they're, you can see all the losses, they're just holding it. Like most of them, like very few realized losses. Like most of them are just unrealized losses. So that's why the win rate is inflated. However, you can see that they have like consistently very big wins, right? So Gake is a good wallet to track because you can see Gake doesn't put in that much money, like $3,000, and he made 25K. So Gake is a good wallet that is able to identify those narratives. You can see like it also got into Buckazoids pretty early. Like if you go on the chart here, let me see. If you open up, if you open up here on the transactions, you can see that it bought in, I think that's around 700K, and then sold around 3 to 6 mil. So this is a very useful tool to have. I would recommend you guys using a combination of Photon and GMGN.ai to find those profitable wallets. So again, Gake is another good wallet that you can follow. And then I'll go into Photon here. So I'm gonna remove actually the other guy because it was a bot. So I'm gonna remove this one, but I'm gonna add Gake because Gake I know is a human, right? Human trading. So I'll input their wallet address here. I'll put Gake, and you can put like an emoji again. So let's put like a frog, Pepe, whatever. Whatever helps you remind you like what the wallet is, right? Because if you're on the chart, so like if you're on the chart here, you wanna, if you're seeing all these like buys and sells, you wanna be quick to identify like, okay, who is this, right? So if you're able to put like an emoji that helps you remember, then that's better. So you can go here, you can see the volume. It's pretty strong volume still, 68K in 5 minutes. It's died down a little bit, right? But it's nice that it rebounded here. So what I'll do is I'll go through it takes hours and hours to find good wallets, right? But what I'll do is I'll try to find the ones that have gotten early onto multiple narratives, and then I'll copy, like I'll use a combination of Photon and GMGN.ai in order to find those good wallets. So it's a combination of both, right? You need to be able to learn how to use both tools. Photon is a great tool you guys can use to trade, find those, like everyone uses Memescope, right? Like all the good traders, they're always on Memescope. And now they also added a Twitter tracker. So if you go here, some plays you guys can find just through the Twitter tracker. So you can like have it open here on the side. Like if you have multiple monitors or like you have a bigger monitor, you keep it off to the side. And then from there, you can sometimes find potential good narratives just through the Twitter tracker, right? Like you don't have to be on Twitter feed. You could just literally just go through here, and you can like keep the Twitter tracker open. And then if something comes up, like an Elon tweet or something like that, typically those coins do really well. Like if Elon tweets a coin or something like that. So yeah, that's why. That's why it's important to have Twitter tracker, wallet tracker. A lot of good plays have come out of those. I can see that like right now someone talked about Luigi Mangione, right? So I mean, I don't think it's that relevant, but however, if there's some big news that comes out, for example, of Luigi Mangione, right? I'll go here and I'll look at the coin. Okay, right now it's not really doing anything because there's not really any big news. However, if there is big news, let's say Elon tweets about Luigi Mangione or something along those lines, right? This coin could easily skyrocket to like 5-10 mil, right? So that's why it's important to have those notifications, have the Twitter tracker. And even if you're not following the Twitter tracker 24/7, tracking the right wallets, because typically a lot of these trenchers, they're constantly online and they are watching these Twitter trackers, the Memescope. So they're pretty quick at finding narratives, right? So that's why it's important to have a combination of both, right? So being able to identify those narratives, and tracking the right wallets. So I recommend you guys, like even if you don't catch the right narrative, like let's say you saw Ghibli and you you faded it, or like you were just not online, you didn't see it. So this is a very clear narrative, again, because Ghibli, if you guys are not aware, this is a new ChatGPT feature, like a new imaging feature where you can kind of turn any picture into like anime style, right? Like a lot of profile pictures now, like anime style, Ghibli. Like you can see, like companies are posting these kind of styles on Twitter and like social media. So this was a pretty big thing when it came out, right? Like because ChatGPT just launched it, like the new imaging feature, and this coin skyrocketed to like so the coin skyrocketed to like 40 mil, right? And now it's sitting at 22 mil. I do expect potentially reversal here because the trend is still relevant. There's still a lot of people talking about it, and I'm seeing some wallets that I'm tracking still buying into it. So it's potentially a good play on like some sizing if you have conviction in it. However, yeah, so like being able to identify, okay, why is this a good narrative, right? If you're able to catch this early and you're able to understand, okay, the reason this blew up the way it did is because Sam Altman changed his profile picture, right, to like a Ghibli style, and then we saw Elon Musk as well. That's where the Twitter tracker comes important, because once Elon Musk tweeted it, like the coin also went up. So Elon Musk, if you scroll down on his Twitter here, you can see that he also posted like a Ghibli style photo of like Doge. I have to scroll down more. Let's see here. I may have scrolled down too much. Let me just type in here. Anyways, yeah, it's you understand you understand the idea. It's like, okay, there. This was the tweet. So you see like people posting everywhere, like on the Doge, seeing it all over Twitter, right? So that's why it's important to be able to catch up with these trends, narratives, have the Twitter trackers, have the wallets, because even if I didn't see this, like there were several wallets that I do track that got into this quite early. So that's why it's important to like be tracking the right people, right? Because they can potentially expose you to the right narratives, even if you're not like see it right away. You might see it in the tracker. So that's why it's important to use like the most use of like all of Photon's features. So their wallet tracker, their Twitter tracker, like it's very important that you make use of that when you're trading. Like don't just rely on just meme scope and like just buying whatever you think looks cool. Like there's a lot of things that go into it, right? So being able to identify the narrative, following the volume, right? You need to have like coins to have good volume, and then the right people, right? Because if the right people like Pow, Gake, if they buy into a coin, it's gonna go up because other people track their wallets and they see it. So that's why. That's also why another reason why it's important to track wallets, because if certain people buy into a coin, that's gonna bring more exposure to it and it's gonna make it go up. So I never just like blindly ape into something. I'll look at the narrative, I'll see who's getting into it, and then I'll make a decision from there. If I like the narrative, if I have conviction into it, then I'll buy into it. And then of course not allocating too much of a percentage, because if you see like, for example, Gake or Pow, they blast like 50, 100 SOL into a coin, that's still a small percentage of their portfolio, right? It's not the same as someone blasting 100 SOL if they only have like 300 SOL, whereas these people have like 1,000 SOL or more, right? So you can't compare sizing. So that's why it's very important to keep in mind your sizing, like not allocating more than 5% into a play. And yeah, just keep in mind about all those things. And then the more experienced you are with these narratives, then it's easier for you to understand the narratives, right? So I'll go back here, the Bullx, and I'll see, because I have like some of my wallets here. It's the same thing with Photon, right? Like if you go here, the wallet tracker, you can see on real time like who's buying and selling, right? So I see that there's quite a few people buying into this Vine coin. Okay, just out of nowhere, it's just exploded, right? So there must have been some news on Twitter. So that's what, like, this is a real time example why you should be tracking wallets, because these coins can, people that are online, they can catch these, like these guys caught it right before the huge pump, right? Like they did like a 2x from here. So that's why it's important to like track the right wallets, because even I was like not even looking at like what was happening, right? But then I saw a bunch of wallets that I'm tracking that buy into this Fine coin, and then I can go on Twitter and see, okay, what's going on? Like why are they buying it? So like I'm guessing that Twitter integrated with Vine or something. Let's see here. So if I go here and I say, I'll just type the coin on Twitter. So it says X has been bought by XAI. Elon Musk tweets. Elon Musk company XAI has acquired X, and with it Vine. Okay, so I guess Elon Musk, now it's acquired, so that's why it's going up like crazy. And see, like news like this, they're that's why it's important to have the Twitter tracker open, right? So if you go here on the Photon Twitter tracker, you go down, you probably would have saw the news here somewhere if you had the Twitter tracker open. Go down here, maybe I see something about it. But anyways, like you see like how the news comes out pretty quickly. And then, it just explodes like that, because if X acquires Vine, and they integrate into their platform, now that'll be huge for the coin, right? Because this Vine is a coin that ran to like, let's see, 450 mil, right? Back in January, and right now it's sitting at 25 mil. So like if some news comes out and it like, X acquires it or something along those lines, you'll see this like go explosive. You can see like there's 1.9 million volume in the last 5 minutes. Insane amount of volume. And last time I saw this was a few weeks ago with the Kanye coin, right? Like Kanye tweeted one of the contract addresses to like potential coin that he might have created, and then I saw like the coin skyrocketed from like 7 million to 50, 60, 70 million in a matter of seconds, as soon as he tweeted the contract address. So sometimes there's events like this that happen that out of nowhere the coin just skyrockets, like based off some news or something like that. So yeah, that's why so it's important to keep up to date with the news and see what's going on. So like this one potentially, I mean, it's very risky, like, but this one potentially could end up skyrocketing, right? If Elon Musk tweets something about Vine, or it's acquired. So yeah, that's why I see like on the chart here, I can see like quite a few wallets that I'm tracking that I bought it here as soon as news came out. So they're on it, right? That's why if you're tracking the right wallets, they'll very quickly expose you to the right coins. So you can see like there has been other coins that like people are buying, like X Vine, whatever, X and Vine combined. But I would say Vine is probably like, if anything does happen, I think Vine would be the one to run, because this is like the main Vine coin, like the official one. So yeah, that's why it's if I go here on Memescope, probably you see like there's a few Vine coins that are coming out, but personally I wouldn't buy into any of these like beta plays. I would just stick to the main runner. Like if there's any news that comes out and there's like, there's something important, I would just buy the main coin, like the official one. That one's the most likely to perform well. So yeah, keep an eye on this one. looks pretty bottomed out here. But if there's any news that comes out, this could potentially skyrocket. Seems like there's some sort of integration with X. Just news that literally just came out. So keep an eye on this. See what else. If you go here, see what else people are buying. Okay. I'm seeing some wallets buying to routine here, so maybe potentially a reversal as well with routine, because I saw this dip below like 700K. Let's see. Yeah, this dip below 700K. Now it almost did like a 2x from there. And this is a routine coin again. It's the viral coin that like did very well because the guy has like almost 1 billion views on Twitter and on Instagram. I'm sure you guys have seen it. But it seems like this one's making a reversal potentially. Someone may have tweeted it again. Like I saw the other day, Binance also tweeted it. So keep in mind that if anything comes out, like another tweet from Binance or whatever, like any other like big exchange or something like tweets about it or potentially lists it, then this could also skyrocket. So keep an eye on this one. It's still a very viral meme. However, the attention has died off, so there's not as much volume anymore. But still one that I'm keeping an eye on. So I'm seeing all over my timeline like about Vine and stuff. So it's pretty interesting. It'll be pretty cool if we see Vine running back, because that would heal the trenches pretty good. If we see like a Vine reversal here, like 100 mil, 200 mil, like that would be insane, right? Because this was back in January where like things were heating up, there was a lot of volume. So if you see something similar like that happen again, that could potentially bring a lot of volume back into the trenches, because after Libra, after all these rugs that happened, like there were countries launching rugs and all these like bullshit coins that came out. People lost a lot of money, right? I know, like personally, like a lot of people lost money on Libra. So it takes time, to heal from that kind of stuff, because obviously people lose a lot of money, they give up, and there's less volume. So things take time to get back to normal, because this was in January after like Trump launched his own coin. So things were a lot better during those times, and hopefully we get back to those periods. However, it will take more time, right? But like I said, if there's something comes out like this Vine Twitter integration and big news, and people get hyped and make money, then we'll see things heat up much better. So yeah, keep an eye on Vine. Keep an eye on routine potentially. Ghibli is another good one that you guys can keep an eye on as well. Potentially play a reversal here, but it's not guaranteed. But again, could be. Okay, so it says buy Elon. So I'm guessing, okay, there's another news here that Elon got kicked out of Doge or something. Let's see here. Announces departure from Doge. Okay. So as you can see, like Twitter plays like this. Like this you would have seen on a Twitter tracker if you have Twitter tracker open and you see like the tweet come out instantly. You could get into this early potentially. But there's always like news-based narratives that come out like that. Like the Vine one that just pumped right now is kind of like a news-based narrative as well, because like once the company's acquired or whatever, like then people see that and they start getting some hype and start buying into the coin. Same thing with this one. I mean, I feel like this is a short-lived narrative. I don't think this one would last. It's more like a just quick pump and dump. But that comes with experience, kind of understanding, okay, which coins are gonna just quickly pump and dump, or which ones are going to last? Like which narratives are good to last? Like Ghibli, for example, that's a good narrative that can last. Whereas this one, I feel like it's just like, okay, people see the tweet, they pump it, they dump it, and that's it. Like you can see it's back at zero. So being able to identify those ones that like which one should I keep and hold long term, or which one should I just do like use for a quick flip, right? So that's why that comes through experience, right? I'm seeing some people like buy other coins similar, like Doge CTO or whatever, like because again, like if Elon steps back from Doge, you'll see like some coins, pump. But again, I don't think those narratives are gonna last long. They're just like a quick pump and dump, pretty much. Like if I go here and I filter out, like you can go on Photon, same thing. If I go on Memescope here and I filter out by market cap here, so I'll filter out by like 1 mil market cap. You can see that there's only one coin today that surpassed 1 million market cap. So yeah, that's why it's very important to be selective with what you're buying. It's because of narratives. Like there's still like not that many coins that are surpassing 1 mil. Maybe a couple per day, but if you do cash that narrative early, you can potentially make a lot of money. So really right now, you have to have the patience to be able to sit and wait for the right narrative. When things start heating up and there's more volume coming in, then you can potentially buy more things, because when there's more volume, things run much quicker. But now things are still improving, still healing. So it's important to just like have the patience and just wait for the right narrative to pop up, instead of just trying to buy every single coin and hoping for the best. So again, this is a good narrative because it's related to Bitcoin. It's some like OG story kind of thing. So it's a very good narrative that could run. Again, we don't know how far this could run. I saw Gake already like completely get out of it here, like sold out completely. There are a few wallets that were like buying in around here, so potentially could go further. However, I do think that like the main pump is already like over. So like it's important that you like be able to cash narrative early, let's say around 1 mil here, and then like ride it up to 7 mil, but like take your profits, because still like things are not the same as January, where things would run to like 50, 100 mil very easily, right? So it's still, things are still healing. So like even 7, 10 mil, that's still very good, right? So don't get too greedy when it comes to these plays. At least right now, things will eventually get better. Once we see Sol above like 180, then we'll see more, 100 mil runners. But as of right now, even like we saw Please go to like 50 mil. So even right now, like, and it dumped all the way down to 5 mil. So this is another coin that we caught very early in Gem Hunters, like around 1 mil. And some people wrote it's like 50 mil, so it's very big profits. However, you have to be smart, and you have to know when to take profits, because as you can see, like since 50 mil, it's been straight down, right? So the attention, it's all about attention, right? Where the attention goes, that's where the money goes. So here, like we saw Elon tweeted, and there was like more memes coming out on Twitter, so like the price was going up, right? There's a lot of hype. People were saying, okay, this could go to 100 mil. But it's not the right market, right, for it to go to 100 mil. So even 50 mil, that was a huge gain. Like we didn't see before this, like a lot of coins go to 50 mil in like February. So 50 mil was a pretty good level here for this one. And it was a pretty viral meme. But again, with every meme, like they eventually die off, like the trends die off. So this is not something that can last, right? So it's more like you get in the right entry, and then get your profits. But then there is always going to be a new trend, a new narrative. You don't have to be hyper focused on just one coin and just be loyal to one coin. As much as like back in the past, like you would have been rewarded for holding, right? Like the dog with hat, all these kind of coins, like with communities, like Michi, for example, like they rewarded for holding. but it's not the same market as before. So this market, a lot of people are just chasing quick pumps, and they move on to the next coin. So you have to adapt to the market and kind of understand where it's headed, right? So this is not the market to hold for long term. Like, yeah, you can hold it if it's a good narrative, hold it to 10, 20, 30, even 50 mil potentially. However, know to take your profits and not like hope for unrealistic gains, like 1 billion, 100 million market cap, because it's not the same market as before. So really, more than ever, it's important to be able to tracking the right wallets and being able to identify the narratives early on. Because if you're able to identify the narratives early on, it doesn't matter. Like if you get in early, you take profits along the way up. You don't have to time the top perfectly, but if you're taking profits along the way up, as you can see with Gake here, like he got in super early in this coin, and then he just took profits along the way up, right? So that's a good strategy, because no one can really time the top. No one knows when the peak is going to be. But if you're taking profits along the way up, then you're always guaranteed to win, right? If you're taking initials out, you're playing safe. You're just taking like a little bit, clipping out like 10, 15% along the way up, or even 20%. That's a good strategy, right? Because you can never lose that way. Like if you're taking out initials, you're just playing with profits at that point. So that's a strategy that I've seen with Gake. It's a very successful trader. Just kind of being able to identify those narratives early and then taking profits along the way up. Not exactly timing the tops, but just clipping out a little bit by little, right? So if you go into Gake's like Ghibli trade, for example, right? If you go here, like you can see that Gake also got in. My chart's a little messed up here, but let's see. Okay, this one. So if you go here, actually doesn't show because Gate got in too early. But anyways, Gate got in like super early here, and then kind of rode in and then like took profits along the way up. So same kind of strategy with every single coin. I've seen like Gate make 1 million off zero, bro. Actually, let me see here. Let's go to my wallet tracker. So I have like a lot of wallets that I track. Again, it's very important that you're tracking the right wallets, looking by win rate. Again, this takes hours and hours to perfect. Going through the top traders of every single runner, kind of understanding, okay, their strategy, because every single wallet has a different strategy. So not everyone is going to follow the same strategy. And some people are more better at low caps. Some people are better at top blasting, high caps. Like a good example of that is JS, right? If you go here on KOLscan.io, you can see that if you go by leaderboard and you go on the monthly, you can see JS has made 400K this month. But his strategy is completely different to West, where West is like just like buying low caps, right? And like quick flipping, whereas JS like just finds the good narratives, blasts like 100, 500 SOL into one narrative, and then like makes a big profit that way. So like there are different strategies that comes with every single wallet. So you have to, when you're tracking these wallets, typically you should know like, okay, this guy's strategy is getting in earlier, this guy's strategy is top blasting. So yeah, it's very important to understand their thinking and their methodology behind how they perform. So again, with JS, you can see like the most profitable wins, right, were like 100K or up. You can see he made 100K off routine, made 37K off Ghibli. Those are his biggest wins, right? Like just routine. But then with routine, like he didn't buy super early either. Like with routine, you can see that if you go down, actually on KOL Scout, it's pretty interesting. Like you can see like every single KOL that bought into the coin. But yeah, if we scroll down here, we can see JS bought. So JS bought around 3.6, 3.7 million. So not very early. If you look at the chart here, like it already had pumped. Like I saw this around like 500K, but he bought around here, right? Like along the way up here. And kind of top blasted, like as I was going up. Then he had conviction that it would have gone higher, right? So then he sold. And you can actually filter it here by, you can filter his buys and sells. But you can see that he bought in around 3.7 mil and then started selling on the way up around 10 to 17 mil. So yeah, that's why every single trader has their own strategy, and it's important that you understand their strategies and then tracking them, and then understanding when they buy something, okay, what's their strategy behind that? Like, understand their thinking. So yeah, that's why I track a whole range of wallets. They all have different strategies, but they all expose me to the good narratives, and then from there I can use my own thinking and kind of develop my own conviction with the play and kind of think myself, okay, do I like this narrative? Do I think it's gonna end up running? Because when you're buying to a coin, you have to think, are people still gonna buy us at like 5 mil? Are people still gonna buy us at 10 million? Kind of said with Please, right? Like, we caught this in Gem Hunters at 1 mil, and I wrote it up to like 30 mil. I was thinking I like 5-10 mil. I was like, okay, this has the potential to go to 30 mil because the mind share is so big on crypto Twitter. So always when you're in a play, you have to be thinking to yourself, are people still going to be buying this at 15 million or 20 million? And that's, when you develop conviction, you can make some pretty big plays by developing strong conviction into a play. But also keep in mind, like, don't be unrealistic and take profits along the way up. Regardless, if you have like a goal in mind, let's say 50 million, great, it can go reach 50 million. But you can still take profits along the way up, so that even if it doesn't reach 50 million, let's say it reaches only 40 million or 30 million, you would have took profits along the way up. So it doesn't really matter, right? And if it dips, maybe you still have conviction in it. You could buy back. But don't be so fixated on a certain amount, but rather just try to identify those narratives early and then getting in on time, and then taking your initials out. That's very important as well, because meme coins are highly risky and anything can happen, right? So the best thing you guys can do is just go through the recent runners, study all the top traders, try to find the ones that have consistently performed over time, like multiple 6-figure trades, and that will set you up for success. Once you follow the narrative, the volume, and the right wallets, you're almost guaranteed to win. So that's going to be all for tonight. Thank you guys for joining, and see you guys next time, and have a great weekend.